10 minutes of creepy facts about the human body, your eyes do not see everything. What you call reality is already a processed version. The brain is constantly filling in the picture, covering blind spots, and replacing details you do not even notice. There are moments when part of the image is simply missing, and the brain fills it in on its own. You are sure that everything around you is whole and real, but it is an illusion, assembled inside your head. In essence, you are not looking at the world. You are looking at how your brain has chosen to show it to you. Inside you, there are more bacteria than your own cells. Your body contains trillions of microorganisms. They live in your gut, on your skin, in your mouth, and even in places you do not think about. They help digest food, affect your immune system, and can even influence your mood. Without them, you simply would not be able to function properly. But here is a strange thought. They are not just a part of you, it is a separate world, living by its own rules, right inside you. In essence, you are not a single organism, you are an entire ecosystem. Your body can start destroying itself. The immune system is supposed to protect you from viruses and bacteria, but sometimes it malfunctions. It stops distinguishing what is self and what is foreign and begins attacking your own cells. A process begins in which the body wages war against itself. Joint, skin, organs, even the eyes can come under attack. And at some point, the body that is meant to protect you becomes your greatest threat. Inside you, there is a structure that behaves almost like a separate organism. If damage appears in the intestines, this tissue can move toward the problem area and literally cover it. It limits inflammation and helps the body cope with the damage. Doctors call it the internal policeman because it decides on its own where to move and where the danger is. You do not give it commands. You do not feel its movement. But at the right moment, something inside you is already working on its own. Your bones are constantly breaking down right now. Inside your body, there are cells that destroy old bone tissue every day and replace it with new tissue. This process happens continuously, even when you are just sitting or sleeping. Your body is literally taking you apart and putting you back together again. Your entire skeleton is renewed, roughly every 10 years. This means that the bones you are living in right now are not the same ones you had before. You remain the same person, but physically, you are constantly becoming someone new. Your immune system can destroy your eyes. Under normal conditions, it protects you and does not touch certain parts of the body. The eyes are one of those areas. They are partially isolated, so the immune system does not perceive them as a threat. But if this protection is disrupted, the system may fail to recognize them. It begins to treat the eyes as a foreign object and attacks them just like a virus. Inflammation begins, tissue damage follows, and vision gradually deteriorates. In other words, the mechanism that is supposed to protect you can, at some point, take away your ability to see. After death, the body can still produce sounds. When a person dies, air and gases may remain inside, and over time, they slowly escape, passing through the airways. As this happens, the body can create faint sounds, similar to a sigh or a quiet exhale. This does not mean the person is alive. It is simply the result of natural physical processes. There is no consciousness anymore, but for a brief time, the body can still produce sounds that may seem unexpectedly human. Your skin destroys itself. When you get a severe sunburn, ultraviolet radiation damages the DNA of your cells. Then the body triggers a strong protective response, and the damaged cells begin to die off in large numbers. This is necessary, so they do not turn into cancerous cells. Redness, pain, peeling, this is not just a burn. It is a process in which your body deliberately destroys part of itself to save the rest. In essence, your skin sacrifices itself so that you can continue to live. After death, the body begins to break itself down. Immediately after the heart stops, cells are left without oxygen and the process of change begins. Enzymes that once helped digest food start acting on the body's own tissues. The body gradually begins to break down from within. Bacteria from the intestines then take part, moving beyond their usual boundaries and contributing to this natural process. There is no control anymore and no protective response. This happens quietly, without any sensation, yet it transforms the body within just a few days. You have a muscle that you do not control. It is located deeper inside the intestines, and it works completely autonomously. You cannot tense it, you cannot stop it directly, and you do not even feel it moving. It is the one that decides whether you can go to the bathroom now or if you need to wait. Sometimes, it can even send everything back. If the moment is not right, it analyzes the contents, sends signals to the brain, and acts on its own. You think you fully control your body? But in reality, some decisions are made without you. Your tongue never turns off. Even when you are not eating or speaking, it continues to move inside your mouth. It automatically checks the position of your teeth, feels the surfaces, and monitors everything that is happening. You do not give it commands. It does this on its own. This is happening constantly, even when you are fully focused on something else. And if you pause right now and try to notice it, you will realize that it is already moving. The food you eat can stay inside you for up to 5 days. After you eat, it does not disappear immediately. It slowly moves through your entire digestive tract, and this journey can take several days. While you are living your normal life, moving, talking, sleeping, this process is still happening inside you. At any given moment, there can be several kilograms of digesting material inside you. You do not feel it. You do not think about it. But all this time, it remains inside you. Your body can glow from the inside. If you take a bright enough flashlight and shine it through your skin or your mouth, some of the light will pass through the tissues. It scatters inside, travels through soft structures, and can emerge on the other side. For example, through your cheeks or around the eyes. This happens because your tissues are not completely opaque, and they are capable of transmitting light. In the dark, it looks especially strange, as if the light is coming not from the outside, but from inside you. In other words, your body is not completely closed. Under certain conditions, it can literally become translucent. Your liver can grow back. Even if a significant portion of the liver is removed, the remaining cells begin to divide actively and gradually restore its volume. This process starts automatically, without your involvement and without your awareness. The organ literally rebuilds itself, returning almost to its original size and continuing to perform its functions. But there is a limit. If the damage is too severe or the conditions are unfavorable, this mechanism can no longer cope. And then, even the ability to regenerate cannot save the body. Your nails do not grow after death, but they can appear as if they do. After death, the skin loses moisture, it gradually dries out and shrinks. Because of this, the nails begin to protrude more, and it seems like they have become longer. The same effect happens with the teeth. The gums recede, and the teeth look larger and sharper. In the past, people did not understand what was happening to the body, and such changes seemed almost mystical. That is why stories appeared, that the dead supposedly change after death and turn into something else. Your body can shut you down at any moment. If the brain decides that a situation is too overwhelming, it can switch off your consciousness. It happens instantly, without warning, and without your consent. You lose control, your body goes limp, and you collapse without fully understanding what happened. It is a protective mechanism meant to reduce damage and prevent overload. But in that moment, you are completely removed from the process. Your body makes the decision and simply shuts you off. You can become allergic to yourself. In rare cases, the immune system begins to react to the body's own substances. It perceives them as a threat and triggers a typical allergic response. Itching, irritation, inflammation appear as if you have encountered something foreign. But the problem is, the foreign thing is actually a part of you. Your body is literally making a mistake and starts reacting to itself as if it were an enemy. When you have a tattoo removed, the ink does not simply disappear. The laser breaks the pigment into tiny particles, small enough to enter the bloodstream. After that, the body begins to gradually eliminate them. Some pass through the lymphatic system, others are filtered by the kidneys and leave the body naturally. This process does not take just one day. It can take weeks or even months. In other words, the tattoo does not vanish. It slowly leaves your body from the inside